the story behind an independent bookstore's 40 years of success.
We just want to celebrate the great community that keeps us here.
Plus, police in Burlington are the target of vandals.
And returned to their cruiser and found the front windshield smashed.
Also solar on display before a big decathlon.
We're the underdogs of the competition.
And dinosaurs come to life in Essex Junction.
From WCAX, Vermont's most trusted news source, this is the Channel 3 News.
Good evening. Thanks for joining us. I'm Adam Sullivan.
And I'm Melissa Sheketoff. Owning a bookstore in today's online world can be quite a challenge.
But one independent store in Montpelier is turning the page on its 40th year. Cal Madura reports.
Over the last 4 decades, Bear Pond Books has drawn readers of all ages. It's changed locations and owners, but fans of the shop see it as a community institution.
We just love books, and I feel like we're really a cornerstone of Montpelier, and we just want to celebrate.
Kyle Madura, Channel 3 News, Montpelier.
Burlington police are looking for a vandal who ruined the windshield of one of their cruisers. Around 1 o'clock this morning, officers responded to a minor incident at City Hall Park in Burlington. The officers parked their cruiser in front of the Flynn Theater on Main Street, and officials say they returned 10 minutes later to find a wrecked windshield. Officers believe someone threw a rock into the windshield, but police say they are looking at surveillance footage to find the vandal responsible.
It's a senseless act of vandalism that just costs the police department and the city of Burlington money.
Police say they do not know the cost of the damage. The case is still under investigation.
Senator Patrick Leahy is demanding more information as to how NSA leaker Edward Snowden successfully obtained millions of classified files. The Vermont Democrat and country's most senior senator made the remarks at a press conference with local media Friday, one day after Snowden received temporary asylum from Russia. The 29-year-old released documents earlier this year showing the scope of online domestic surveillance. Leahy says he still has 2 questions as to how the government contractor managed to leave the building with the huge volume of information.
Why did they have such lax controls that a 29-year-old contract worker could walk out with millions upon millions of files? And secondly, who's taking responsibility for it? If this happened in corporate America, there would be people who would be disciplined, fired.
Leahy maintains that surveillance extends beyond levels necessary. He also says too much information is deemed classified.
A Shrewsbury woman faces charges after police say she assaulted a nurse. The incident happened here at Rutland Regional Medical Center. Police say 36-year-old Jessica Lennon attempted to break her nurse's fingers and spit at the nurse. Officials say Lennon also attempted to bite and kick a trooper who was assisting. Lennon was transported to the hospital after police say she refused to leave an area hotel room and was intoxicated. Lennon is charged with assault of a healthcare worker and violation of conditions of release.
A federal disaster declaration for Vermont in response to severe storms and flooding during late June and early July. With the declaration, federal funding will be available to state and eligible local governments. The aid will go to emergency work and repair or replacement of damaged infrastructure in the counties of Caledonia, Chittenden, Orange, Orleans, Rutland, Washington, and Windsor. A presidential disaster declaration has already been issued for flooding in Chittenden, Washington, and Essex counties for storm damage suffered in May. New Hampshire is also getting federal disaster aid. Slayton Hill Road in Lebanon was particularly hard hit with several $1 million worth of damage. Grafton, Cheshire, and Sullivan counties in New Hampshire were declared federal disasters by the president. Preliminary damage assessment conducted by the state and FEMA indicate a total damage price tag exceeds $6.2 million. An injured hiker in New Hampshire has been rescued. According to State Fish and Game Department, 25-year-old Lisa Simon was hiking on the Twinway Trail in Bethlehem Friday when she slipped on rocks. The Boston woman could not put any weight on her injured leg. Appalachian Mountain Club workers were called from a nearby hut and stabilized Simon's injuries. Additional rescuers carried Simon to the beginning of the trail where she could get more treatment.
The sun is shining on Middlebury College's solar decathlon team. The group held an open house today showcasing their net zero home. Over the course of a year, the house produces more energy than it consumes. It was constructed in 33 different panels, which were lowered into place by crane. The total cost was about $280,000, which includes $28,000 for the solar panels. The home will be in Middlebury for another 2 weeks until it is disassembled and shipped to Irvine, California. There, the Middlebury team will have 9 days to set it back up for the solar decathlon.
We're the underdogs of the competition. We are the only unpartnered undergraduate liberal arts college, so we have no engineering or architecture professional programs, but we've had some really great support from professionals in the community and some really wonderful mentors.
After the competition is over, the home will be shipped back to its permanent home on Shannon Street in Middlebury.
Still ahead on tonight's news, the racetrack in Saratoga, New York is celebrating a milestone.
Plus, a town-wide yard sale in Brandon brings out the crowds. But first, here's Dave with the weather.
And it's been an okay day today. Some sunshine in spots, also some showers out there. But Sunday's going to be actually a little on the cool side. Let's take a look at the wake-up weather. And we'll have a few showers around and cool with lows in the upper 40s to mid-50s. And I'll be back with the entire forecast in a few minutes.